Drink it in, man.
Detroit Koolaid, what's going on, everybody? We are back in the building. This is your boy Oakrey, and I'm here with the big Hughes on the other end of the line. Hughes, what up?
What up, Domain?
Nothing, man. Good to have you. It's been a while since you've been back on the podcast, so I appreciate you joining me today. Now, today we're going to kick it right off with a hot topic that just came up a couple days ago, and that's a report that came out that said, I believe it was, that the Patriots contacted the Lions trying to gauge their interest about a certain Robert Gronkowski.
Mm-hmm.
Hughes, talk to me about this discussion that went on, Gronk in a Lions uniform, and just your overall thoughts of maybe how that whole talk went down, or would you like it?
Yeah, so probably what happened is old Bill Belichick dialed up the phone, and he called old Robert Quinn. I think he's got him on speed dial number 4. And he called him up. He said, hey, Bobby, I'm thinking about moving Gronk because he doesn't listen to anybody. He just does what he wants. He's always shirtless, dating all these porn stars. Are you interested? And Bob Quinn said, nope, hung up the phone, and that was that. That's what happened.
Quick conversation, then, you think?
Yeah, that's what happened. I mean, that's what I hope would happen. I mean, look, Gronk, there's no doubt that the talent that this guy has. A couple things that bother me about Gronk is, one, he's super annoying, so I don't like him already. Number 2, he's injury prone the last handful of years. And number 3, his cap number really wouldn't work out too well with where our cap sits right now. I think what I saw for 2018, he's close to like 10.75 mil. And then that would even increase going into next year. Next year already, you know, we're increasing the deals with TJ and Rick Wagner, so we're pretty close on the cap space looking into next year already. So I don't know, man. I mean, it's intriguing because he's a big name and he's, you know, he's got that star quality, but to me, it just doesn't make sense. He doesn't fit.
Yeah. Well, right off the bat here, Hughes, I got to treat you like I do Grifka sometimes. I got to fight you right off the bat. So I put on my boxing gloves.
Let's go.
I don't know that this conversation was that short. I think that if you look at it from abroad, it's like, you know, Patricia's coming in. They're kind of redoing this football team, and you just kicked Eric Ebron out the door. So, you know, what's that one kind of gaping hole? And what's one thing we didn't do good last year, which we've done okay in the past, and that's score in the red zone. So,
sure.
Gronk, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I know there's some ridiculous number. Like, over Gronk's last X amount of years, he scored like 75 plus touchdowns. The guy not only puts it in the end zone, but how much would Detroit like that Gronk spike after a big touchdown? I mean, he fits. It would be like a nice culture move to bring a guy like that in and say, like, you know, this guy's a football player and he scores touchdowns, he makes plays on Sunday, and he's like that missing piece to the offense. So I think from that perspective, you have to think about it. The other side of it is when you say 10 point whatever million, last time I checked, we were about ready to give Eric Ebron 8.5 plus. Mm-hmm. And so another $1.5 million to get Gronk, sign me up. But I do think that the thing I worry about with Gronkowski is, as good as he is, you know, your points about him kind of doing his own thing or just being – it's weird. He's like checked out, but then on Sundays or when the ball gets kicked off, he's a beast on the field. So Gronk on his long term, Hughes, he like, you don't know if he's going to be here 1 year, 5 years, but so that's where I would like be hesitant, but I don't know that be hanging that phone up that quick.
Okay. I mean, fair enough. So let me extend this because this was more of a trade. It would be trade talks, not free agency. So, you know, knowing the roster that you know, what would be something fair that you would give up to if you want Gronk in return? What would you be willing to send to England?
Oh, well, I think it came up. They said it came up around the draft, so I think you'd be talking about some draft picks. And as much as I love my draft picks, you know, if you talk to me this year, I might have been willing to give up, you know, that pick in the 20s to no, I take that back. You know, a first rounder for this guy, not knowing how long he's going to be around or how committed he'd be to Detroit, I'd probably pull back. But I don't know. I mean, we got a lot of. They want some of our other pieces we have, and Gronkowski at his position, and just in general, he's a top 20-ish NFL player in my book. So, I would consider some draft picks, or if you want to look at some of our extra pieces, have it be at running back. Maybe, we have kind of a good situation right now at receiver. I mean, let me ask you this. With Golden Tate going into his last year, if they wanted a Golden Tate for a Gronk with a little extra change, maybe heading New England's way, would you even consider that, or you're hanging up the phone twice as quick?
Well, let me make it a little bit more tasty for you. What if it was Golden Tate and Amir Abdullah for Gronkowski?
Yeah, I mean, that's where, if I'm Bobby Quinn, I'm thinking about that a little bit, because I love Golden Tate. I've kind of stood where I see a little bit of promise in Amir Abdullah, but if I know I'm getting Gronk, even if it's for 1 year, and I feel like he's maybe the missing piece, or that he'll come in here and show everybody how it was done in New England, show that, hey, when I put these pads on, there's no messing around. I'm not Eric Ebron, and I come out and make plays. Just get me the football. That's the game changer that I feel like we've been reaching for at tight end since Pettigrew. We're just trying to find that guy in the middle of the defense, and we haven't been able to find it, and this would be that guy. So I guess to kind of sum it up, I think that, I like our team as is, but man, when I heard that, I thought, wow, as much as I feel like our offense is decent right now, to me, if you could find a way to add a guy like that and not totally change the core of your team, I would have thought about it, just because it'd be nice to get off to that good kick the next year or two with Patricia, and that Gronk could be like a culture-changing, touchdown, exciting player that would just fit Detroit if he was bought in, and if he would say, hey, I'll give you 2 to 3 years.
Fair enough. So I think on this one we're going to have to agree to disagree, because I wouldn't have took him. For Golden Tate and Amir Abdullah, I'd say no thanks. I take my chances that I re-sign Golden Tate, because I know play on the field is one thing, but I think locker room respect and off the field stuff is another thing, and I think I value that more in this situation than the ultimate frat boy coming to Detroit.
All right, well, there you go, everybody. We've got me and Hughes on different sides of the fence here. Hughes is, first was just going to hang up the phone and not even listen to the hoodie. And now he's sort of listening, but still doesn't want to do the deal. And I'm sitting there, even though I don't want to part with valuable resources in the draft, guys on their last end of their deal, or a guy like Amir Abdullah, who somebody might see something in that doesn't seem to fit here. I'm going to have to think that one over for a few. Not saying I would do it, but I'm definitely going to take that phone call and think about it. So, Gronk, you're not coming to Detroit, but we had to talk about it. And, I still think this offense is in good hands.
Pack the bag, start the plane. This game is over. It is over. What a comeback by the Lions. Drink it in, man.